Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch the Twilight Zone Season 2, Episode 7. I just watched the Episode 5. If you want to see my reaction video about it, I'm gonna put the link into the eye. I'm gonna put the link also for the playlist. For the playlist that I made for the Twilight Zone. I'm gonna put all of the links right there into the eye because, reminder, I'm reacting to a few episodes of the Twilight Zone right there. Like, it's not something that I do regularly, really, on my channel. It's really when I have the time on my schedule to do so. You know, at the end of a binge watching, before beginning a new one, I'm watching 2 episodes, a little more of the Twilight Zone. It's really a project that I have on my channel. Yes, the Twilight Zone, that old show, that black and white show, which was out for the first time for the first season in 1959. I'm reacting to the best episodes according to IMDb, you know, the rates on IMDb. I selected the 50 episodes with the better rates, with the best rates. The 50 first ones, and little by little I'm watching them like that. So far I think that I watched like 15 of them, something like that. So if you want to rediscover them with me, you have my playlist made for that, and you're gonna find all of my reaction videos for the Twilight Zone on it. And right there we're gonna watch the episode 7 just after watching the episode 5, which was really about a religious thing, message and all of that. It was the Howling Man, for those of you who know maybe some episodes by heart. And right there, this one is named Nick of Time. It was out in November of 1960. Like always, I'm gonna only read the beginning of the opening narration thing. We are following Don Carter, male member of an honeymoon team, en route across the Ohio countryside to New York City. In one moment they will be subjected to a gift most humans never receive in a lifetime. For 1 penny they will be able to look into the future. It's gonna be about that temptation, about looking into your future, knowing what is gonna happen. Would you want to have that, you know, to know in advance what is gonna happen to you? Me, I think that I would not. I would be too afraid of it. I would be afraid of seeing it and being like, okay, no matter what, it's destiny, it's fate, I cannot change it. No matter what, you know, I'm gonna be, it's my destiny to end up like that. Even if I'm trying to fight that, it's gonna happen no matter what. Because for sure I'm imagining that my future is gonna be bad if I'm looking at it. And no matter what, yes, I would be anxious also to just be like, oh, okay, it's gonna be like that, nothing better, nothing bad, just like that. Like, I wouldn't want to know, really. Maybe you can imagine that you could see it and just try to make it better, but no matter what, it's your future, your destiny, so you can't change it for me. So no, for me, I wouldn't want to see it. If that's the message, you know, of this episode, I already answered to the question myself. Out in November of 1960, it's interesting, you know, that they already thought of that, you know, in 1960 about looking into the future, having a solution to look into the future. Like, we have multiple shows and movies which are about that question, knowing in advance what is gonna happen. And what would you do if it was the case? To prevent murders, to prevent crimes and all. That for a show, you know, I'm thinking of a particular show. And also other stuff, like if you know into the future, you can do stuff in advance. And all of the shows, you know, playing with time no matter what. Okay, it's gonna be that kind of show. I don't have a lot else to say, you know, during this intro, like always, because each episode is really independent, so I'm not gonna remind you what I thought about the previous one, because it's not really concerning, you know, this episode that I'm gonna watch right now. Like always with the Twilight Zone, I'm expecting to have them exploring one or a few subjects, you know, during it, and like always, I'm interested by it, really. Okay, let's go for this episode. Remember that if you want, on my Patreon, you can have a longer reaction part for this episode with the level 2 and the full one with the level 3. No matter what, for these two videos, the full opacity, I'm forced to play with opacity for YouTube, really, for respecting the fair use rule, just to be sure that you guys, you can watch this episode. So if you want these advantages and also to support me, to support my channel, you can follow me also on Patreon, have these advantages in advance, have these advantages, support me if you want and if you can. Okay, let's go for this episode.
How long is this going to take? Well, like I told you, nobody stocks fuel pumps around town. I'll have to send it to Dayton for it. 3, 4 hours. Better figure on 4, let's say. Bread and butter.
Yes, dear.
Trying to save your life.
You believe into superstitions like that? Even more, you know, if they just move it.
Well, what have we got here? A mystic seer.
What?
Are you going to tell me?
Ah, to the future, it's not?
I got it. Does anything exciting ever happen around here?
Ask me a yes or no question.
It is quite possible.
Are you going to ask it now?
Oh, you have really money to waste.
Am I going to be promoted, for Pete's sake? Hey,
It has been
it has been
decided
decided in your favor.
Cool! Okay, so you know your future, but only with little answers like that.
I think I'll phone.
Honey.
Well, I was going to anyway. Wasn't it? How much? 75 cents.
Ah, really? He believes a lot in superstitions.
Your fingers crossed.
I'm doing it up here.
See, fingers crossed.
Hello, Pauline? It's Don. What's the secret word, Pauline? I did. I made it. Thank you, Pauline.
Good job!
Goodbye. Same to you. Goodbye. I made it. Oh,
Good job.
Darling, I'm so proud of you. Office manager. I think it's wonderful.
let's ask him something else. You really came through on that one.
Nah.
Is it really going to be 4 hours before we get out of here?
You may
I
never
don't
know.
know. What does that mean?
Who knows? I can see I'm going to have to be the frugal one in our family.
Just one moment. You mean if we're not supposed to move? We're supposed to stay here? That makes a good deal of sense. Should we stay here until 2:30? Again.
Ah! It's not a good hour.
Should we stay in here until 3 o'clock?
Try again.
There's no question about it.
Don, let's take a look around the town, hmm?
Let's finish your plate first, no? And again, it's the devil responding to him. I'm saying again because the episode that I just watched, episode
If we
5,
don't stay in here until 3
it was about
o'clock,
the devil.
something bad will happen to us?
Take dare risk finding out. Don, let's go.
Well, I haven't finished my sandwich.
You didn't even begin it.
Can we go now?
Don't you want something cold, baby?
Please, let's go.
Not before 3. He can't.
All right.
See? He kissed his lucky charms.
2 sandwiches, 80 cents. Iced coffee, $1.10. 2 ice creams, $1.60.
Just that?
3 cents tax.
Don, you didn't really want to stand there, did you?
No.
Yes.
Well, why was it so specific?
Specific, sweetie.
If you move soon, that makes a good deal of sense.
Nothing
You may
specific
never
right
know.
there.
Suppose I'm just being stupid.
No, you're not. You're just...
Don't say it. Superstitious.
I said it first.
It's like you're married an alcoholic, isn't it?
Don, I wonder when you act like this.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to upset you. It doesn't change the facts, though.
What facts?
6 straight answers.
Well, John,
Oh,
please.
stop treating me like a retarded child or something.
Now, wait.
Eh? Why are you risking it? Why? You searched for it.
You had pulled me out of the way of that car one squash telling you.
Come on.
Well, where are we going now? We're not going back to that.
Why not?
I admit it was a strange
Don't you want to
coincidence.
check on your car?
What are you worrying about us going back then?
I'm not.
Just the same, you will admit, for a coincidence, it was pretty far-fetched.
You pushed it, that coincidence. You run in front of a car, like, that's the thing about superstitions, you know. If you believe, you're gonna see signs everywhere, and maybe sometimes you're gonna also provoke signs. Ah.
When that car almost hit us, it was 3 o'clock. Exactly when that machine said it.
Darling, you said 3 o'clock, not the machine. You decided to sit in here as long as we did. You. Can't you see that you made up all the details?
I'm saying that, you know, about people with superstitions. I have some superstitions myself. Don't think that I'm thinking that better than this guy or everyone with superstitions. Take your iced coffee. Thank you.
Did you know about the car almost hitting us? What do you think? Will we reach New York all right now? Your chances are good.
Very precise. Don't you realize it? You could get the same kind of answers from any one of these machines in here.
I'm not even trying.
Will it still take 4 hours before the car is ready? Hey, it has already been taken care of.
It's done?
Let's go then.
Yes.
Mister, your car's ready. Got a lucky break. Found a fuel pump right here in town. Last one I had, too.
Take it with you.
So I can
The napkin thing, you know, take it with you.
We'll be right on.
You know.
Coincidence.
Yes.
Yes and
Or then you
no.
might ask some questions.
A lot of luck, maybe
Or are you afraid?
not a coincidence.
We reach Columbus by tomorrow.
We're not going through them. If that's what you really want.
Will I ever be married?
The answer to that was obvious.
It's not possible to foretell the future, is it?
That's up to you to find out.
It's whether you believe or
You're just a
not.
stupid piece of junk, aren't you?
It all depends upon your point of view.
I don't want to stay here anymore, Don.
Even if it's true.
Especially if it's true.
What are you talking about? I think you are afraid.
That's what I said in intro.
Of what then?
Reading, you know, the synopsis, I wouldn't want to know the future me.
Are we always going to live in St. Louis? Are we going to live in the East? Are we going to live in the West?
You're gonna die before that.
Don,
What?
let's go.
No.
Are you just going to stay here?
I don't know.
Please, if you love me, just listen to me.
No, you listen to me. This machine is predicting our future.
Oh, you're losing it.
Do you think I can just walk away from it?
I'm not talking about that machine anymore. I'm talking about you. You just got to sit here and let that thing run your life?
Run my life.
Yes? You're letting it in charge.
Run my life.
Isn't that exactly what you're letting it do? Don, it made you call the office before. It made you stay here instead of leave.
That's what I said in the intro. If you have that option of reading the future, you're gonna let it decide your future, in fact.
What matters is whether you believe more in luck and in fortune than you do in yourself. You can decide your own life. You have a mind. A wonderful mind. Don't destroy it trying to justify that cheap penny fortune machine to yourself.
And I agree with her that it's people
A wonderful life
who
together.
have doubts about themselves
We make it
who
work.
trust superstitions things.
I don't want to know what's going to happen. I want us to make it happen.
Don't cry, darling. Don't cry. Is there something wrong? No, it's all right. We'll go. You're right, I'm a jerk.
No, you're not. You're wonderful.
Yes, I am. I'm the world's biggest jerk. Yes.
You have to leave that
That's right.
time.
Let's go get our car. We'll drive out of this town and go where we want to go. anytime we please.
Don, I love you.
I love you too, baby.
I found this cool for you.
Keep the change. Thanks. Come on back now.
They lived the same stuff and they came back?
Go ahead.
Do you think we might leave Ridgeview today?
Not today.
Is there any way out? Any way at all?
Two people permanently enslaved by the tyranny of fear and superstition. Two others facing the future with confidence, having escaped one of the darker places
They chose to
of
leave
the
this
Twilight
one.
Zone.
I prefer that one. I prefer that episode in the comparison of the episode 5 of this season 2 that I just watched, which was about the only man and having Satan and releasing him because you don't believe and stuff like that. Right there, this subject is really more talking with me and has also different layers, inside of it, so it was cool. Because that guy is very superstitious, we guessed it pretty early, into the episode, with the fact that he doesn't want for them to separate like that. He was saying fingers crossed. The thing, with the paw, with the lucky charms. We guessed really early that he was superstitious, and when he began to have right answers to his questions, for sure he was going to believe into it. So that, already it's a subject. Are you superstitious yourself or not? Like I said during the episode, I'm not as superstitious as him, but for sure I have some superstitions, like for example, I'm never opening an umbrella inside. It's forbidden. For example, like I can walk with a skull, like under a skull, I don't care about it. But I have other superstitions, like, I can't remember them right now. But for example, I have nothing with black cats, I have nothing with skulls, I have nothing with salt, I know that it's an issue for the salt for some person. I have an issue with bread when it's not turned, the right side. I have an issue with that, I have a superstition with that. Like, I have my own superstitions like that. I believe into signs, that the universe can send you for stuff, but I know also that I believe into them and I'm seeing in them these signs also because I'm searching for them. Do you understand what I mean? I analyzed myself enough and I know also, like, I have still a reasonable mind to know that when you are superstitious, you are, keeping an eye open to signs, and in fact you are paying attention to stuff which can be signs, but in fact which are not signs, but just you are searching for them, so you are seeing them. Do you understand what I mean? There is something like that about superstitions, about, keeping your eye open or not. So right there, for the guy to get out of that place, to try to pass that truck, during that moment when clearly he should wait, and in fact it was hiding another car, so they are avoiding death that close, and it's into that moment. In fact, he provoked it because he went out of that place, during that period of time. He didn't have a lot of time. He decided to cross that road like that when it was not okay to do it like that. So he provoked it. So after that, he's looking at it as a sign, but in fact you provoked that sign. Do you understand what I mean? So not only you can search for signs, and because of that you're gonna see them everywhere, but also right there you can provoke signs, and it's the same also if you're superstitious for other things, into your life. So yes, for me it provoked it also. So see that this is already different subjects with superstitions, with what are you doing, what are your superstitions. The fact that you can see them because you're searching for them or because you're provoking them. And there is also all of that subject about if you're beginning really to believe into superstitions, to believe that much into signs, you're gonna let them determine your life, you're gonna follow them blindly. So in fact you're not gonna be truly owning your own life. And that's what I said in intro. I wouldn't want myself to know my future like that. Or I was imagining, you know, with another option, I was imagining really someone showing me my life. I wouldn't want to see it. I wouldn't want to know about my life because I don't want for it to be determined in advance. And no matter what, I can't avoid it. Like if it's gonna be bad, if it's gonna be good, like there is no other option for me than to follow it. And even if I'm trying to avoid the bad things, it's meant to be like that. So in fact, I cannot avoid them, you know? So I wouldn't want to live knowing what my future is gonna be, really, no. I would be like her, afraid of it. Afraid of that thing, and really, I just don't want to know. So that's also another question. Would you want to know your future? Truly, if you had that option, would you want to know about it? And also that other subject, maybe believing that much into superstitions and signs like that, it's making you not in control of your own life. And at the end, the guy is deciding to live his own life, to leave that place also with his girl and to be in charge, you know, to be in control, and that's great. And for me, yes, in what she said while she was talking to him right there at the end, there is also another subject with the fact that people who believe into that kind of superstitions and all, it's also mostly because they don't trust themselves enough. They have doubts, you know, about their lives, and they want for someone to answer, you know, to their questions, to their doubts, to someone to have the answers so they can go on with their lives with more confidence. You know, there is something also about that. It's the same for the religious aspect, you know. And that's why also that napkin thing, you know, being with Satan on it, you know, with the devil on it, like the devil knows about your future, the devil is tempting you with knowing about your future, it's a temptation, you know, being superstitious that much, in fact, it's bad, it's the devil thing, the devil tempting you. There is also right there something, and with the fact that I just watched the episode 5, which was really about a religious aspect with Satan, with not believing into it, that it's someone bad, and because of that you're releasing the devil, and you can just commit that mistake to learn from it, and you know, and then you're gonna try to convince more people, but you can't, you know, it's the thing about faith. Like, that was really a religious episode, you know, really about religion and really about believing, the previous episode that I just watched. And right there you can still find a little thing about it with that devil tempting you about knowing your future, but in fact it's something bad for you. Like you can see at the end that other couple who is coming back day after day to know if they can live their life, you know, they can leave that town. And it's never the case. Like this couple, that's it, they didn't resist to the temptation, they let the devil decide for their future, for their lives, so they lost that battle against the devil. Do you understand what I mean? There is also that way to read that conclusion because of that other couple. What the Wikipedia page is saying about this episode, what else? Production notes. Richard Matheson, writing, okay, said that he wished that Pat, the girl, you know, had been available again to play the wife of Shatner's character in the season 5. Nightmare at 20,000 feet? I watched this one. The street and buildings seen in this episode are the same as seen in the episode, I think, The Body Electric. I didn't see it. Both episodes feature scenes in which people are almost run over by vehicles on the same street. Okay. The street and building are also visible in the opening scene of the episode Black Leather Jackets. When selecting a record in the jukebox to celebrate his promotion, Don chooses the Glenn Miller version of American Patrol. Okay. Legacy Replay, an episode on the Revolver series, features a shot of the Mystic Seer in a cafe. That's cool. Cool! That was a cool episode. I don't know what you thought of it, but that was a cool episode with many layers into it. I appreciated it more than the episode 5, clearly. Tell me what did you think about it. Tell me what did you think about it the first time that you watched it. Like always, you know, I think that the context in which you are watching this episode can inevitably, you know, influence your way to watch it. And for sure, if you watched it the first time that it was out, or when you were really young, you know, like during another period of time, you know, in the 90s, in you know, 2000 or something like that, for sure it's gonna be different, because me, with all of the shows, movies that I watched, talking, you know, about, for example, knowing your future in advance, like we have so many other movies and shows about that subject, for sure I already have all of these subjects on mind, linked, you know, to knowing the future in advance, that these other shows and movies explored. So for sure I'm gonna have them on mind when I'm watching it, so I already thought about all of these subjects. But maybe the first time that you saw yourself this episode, you never had any other object, you know, making you wonder about these questions. So really I'm interested to know what was your impression about that episode and these subjects the first time that you watched this episode. Tell me. Okay, so it's all for you and for me for today. So it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Great.